Our expected decrease that we think we can get pumping at this rate, about 10 to 11,000 gallons per minute, is maybe 2 3/4 to 3 feet. So we're really just kind of keeping up with the raise. If we just do this winter pumping at this rate, we're not going to get ahead. We're not going to be lowering pit water levels. We're just probably going to be able to manage it and keep it within, of course, depending on climate, how much water levels might come up over the next year. So, I mean, we would definitely, and I think right now we're working under the assumption that we would probably do more winter pumping next year. But, you know, we're not, at this rate, we're not going to be drawing the pit down. It's really just to manage it and try and keep it steady. The temperature we're looking for and the target is 48 degrees Fahrenheit. So when we see that temperature hit 48 degrees Fahrenheit, that's our trigger to turn off the pumps. We won't do, in order to start pumping, we did villager sampling along with temperature monitoring to ensure that there weren't any live villagers in the water. To turn off pumping, we don't do any sampling. We'll watch water levels. So when water levels get up maybe towards 40 degrees, low 40s, we'll probably start checking it on a more frequent basis. So when it hits 48 degrees, again, 4 days in a row, we'll just assume that reproduction with the villagers is going to start, and that is where we would want to start pumping. One thing we did discuss is because the pump that is there does have some extra capacity, is seeing if for a month or so, and this would require a permit amendment to the current water appropriation permit, just to see if we increased it even to 15,000 gallons per minute for a month or so, just to see how downstream could handle it. You know, again, we're monitoring weekly. We would know ahead of time if there's any negative impacts from that. Not going to buy us a lot, but it might buy us, you know, get us a few more inches down, which I think would probably be good, especially if we have a wet summer or wet spring, or keep getting more snow and snow melt, you know, runoff will impact water levels. But that's just something we can try, and I think that would be, it would give us information as well, I think, on how much that downstream system could handle, what the capacity is.
You're just talking about the fact that you're going to shut it down in the spring and you're just trying to maintain. What's the cost to be able to put the screens in? Because the mining companies are all running screens to be able to run year round.
Yeah. You know, that's in the millions, really. It's unfortunate that there aren't any real good lower cost effective treatments for the zebra mussels. One thing that has been tried at a couple sites recently at other pits, you know, where zebra mussels have been found are the bag filters, and just they haven't been effective. And you know, I'm not an expert in them, but I'm just thinking if you were pumping at very low rates, I think this fine mesh could handle and do the screening. But when you're up to 10,000 gallons per minute, they're just bags and they tear. And I don't know if it's, you know, there's also sediment or anything else can get in there. You know, there are some sand filters that work, and we're investigating those. But you know, like United Taconite has a very sophisticated metal screen system that they use, so they can pump year round. And I know I will think I can say multi-million-dollar.
So my thought is the fact that you're pumping through the wetland, swampy area till you get to that culvert. Mm-hmm. You know, if you're catching it right where the pump is, yeah, that's going to be difficult. But what's the harm of letting it go into the swampland, and then because the water flow is slow at that culvert on 7, why couldn't you filter there and take the risk of? I mean, we know that the zebra mussels in a lot of waterways. Mm-hmm. So why not try to catch it at a low flow filter system at County Road 7 instead of trying to catch it right out of the pump?
Yeah, that's a good question. The issue with that is state statute would prevent it. It'd be a transfer of water that's got a prohibited invasive species in it. And so just get it going into the wetland is a transfer. So right now we're prohibited from doing that.